Good evening. Welcome to the Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025, 6 p.m. Middle School Building Committee meeting. We are meeting. This meeting will be a hybrid meeting, both in person and on Zoom. If anybody wants to talk during the meeting for public comments, please make yourself known at that time. So we are in order. I open up for public comments. Anything online? Seeing none, we'll move to the approval of minutes. Is there a motion on approval of minutes for August 27, 2025 and September? Well, we'll do them. Oh, yeah, we can do both. Unless somebody has changes. Does anybody have changes either one? Okay. So anybody have a motion to approve the minutes of August 27th, 2025 and September 10th, 2025?
So moved.
Move second.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, I'm going to go for a roll call. Kate?
Here.
Nicole?
Yes.
Marty?
Yes.
Carissa?
Yes.
Armin? Oh, Carissa. Armin? Yes. Lynn?
Yes.
Okay, I wrote them down, sorry. Gotcha. All right, those are approved. All right, we have correspondence. Email titled Due Diligence dated September 9th, 2005, sent by Jeffrey Klotz. Email titled Glenbrook Idea Further Thoughts dated October 1st, 2025, sent by Link. Email titled Another Article on Turf dated October 12th, 2025, sent by Jerome Noonan. Thank you for your correspondence. New business, I'm going to go a little bit out of order and go with the contract approvals first. So we have a Colliers contract amendment approval in front of us on item number 3. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to authorize the town manager to sign the Colliers contract amendment.
Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and second. Is there any discussion?
Just a quick overview of the need for the contract extension and where it will carry us to.
Yeah, right now, we had, our initial contract was from the start of the job to the end of the job, but it only undertook the feasibility study and schematic design, which we just finished up, as you all know. So the amendment is what is taking us from what's called design development all the way through to project closeout. So for the next 2-3 years, whatever it takes to close out the project is the value of this amendment that we're putting before you.
And that's the same for Colliers.
That is Colliers, yeah,
That
so
is
that's
Colliers.
Colliers, yeah, and so,
Well,
as
that-
Al mentioned, that brings you through, and that'll be include, the audit phase and going through, close out with the MSBA, it includes all of that.
Okay.
And will that be the same for JWA? Same exact?
Time period?
No, explanation of why?
Yes. Dory might be able to add a little bit of color to that, but it is the same time frame.
Correct.
We hope.
All right, we have the explanation. Is there any other questions?
There's also a $59,000 amendment to their previous contract, or their current contract.
And what does that cover,
Project.
Chad?
Huh?
What does that cover? Like, is that?
It's geotechnical and traffic, it looks like, 59,428.
Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. Kate?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Marty?
Yes.
Carissa?
Yes.
Armin? Yes. Is there anybody else out there?
Yep, Dave's on the call now.
Yep.
Yes.
Dave, yes. Okay, motion passes. Moving on to the JWA contract amendment approval. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve recommend the town manager, we'll start over. Motion to authorize the town manager to sign the JWA contract extension.
Motion made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. We had an explanation. Dory, do you wish to give any color into that?
I do not. I mean, it is the same.
Any additional questions for Dory? Seeing none, I will move to a roll call vote. Kate?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Marty?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Carissa?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Armin, yes. Motion passes. Article number 5, we have some outstanding on that, so that will be on the next meeting agenda to pass that. It will not stop anything from moving forward is what we're being told, correct?
Yep, specifically the Fontaine pre-construction contract.
Right, so, yeah, Fontaine has received a notice to proceed from the town, and within that notice to proceed, it talks about, finalization of contracts.
Okay. All right, Let's go to schedule update.
Great. So, Marty, I don't know if you, in the packet, there's a milestone schedule in there?
Sure. Second?
Yeah, take your time. Great, so this schedule here, this is the schedule that brings us from design development all the way through closeout. I won't go through each line item, but essentially it is just that. It's going to hit all the milestones that we've been talking about and working with JWA and Fontaine on and with the town. So it goes through design development, construction documents, which is the 60%, and then the 90% construction documents, and then through construction. So all the, important dates are in there as far as MSBA submittals. The big thing to note in there too is that we do have estimates that will happen at each one of these phases. So design development, the 60% documents, and the 90%. We're going to have estimates along that way just to make sure that we're maintaining our budget and we're staying on budget throughout each design phase. So
The next substantive vote would be the, February timeframe? Is that?
yeah, so we're looking in, for the SBC approval for the next MSBA submission. So if there's any questions, so in the meantime, we had a meeting with JWA this morning. I think Dora's going to touch on this a little bit, but there's a whole slew of meetings that we're scheduling now. That's, with some of these members, some school committee members, some, faculty and teachers, and, as those come up, I'll be updating this schedule as we get more meetings on the books. So, if there's any questions on schedule?
All right.
Great.
Dory, design team update?
Just to follow up on that schedule issue, so while waiting to formally get off, we have reconvened all of our consultants, gathered all our teams, written all our subcontracts, gotten them all ready to go, begged them to start working now, so that we could kick off quickly. And we have been scheduling what we'll be doing right away, which is coming back to the schools with the plans that we completed for schematic design and reviewing some of those more complex technical spaces with faculty who have particular insights to equipment, furniture, and infrastructure needs for specific types of spaces. So we'll be working with the district and a select kind of group of faculty that are representative to meet to talk about some of the whole school design issues. We're setting up a meeting to review specific aspects of site. We've started our team prepping for town meetings to look at and dive in further on utility and stormwater and off-site traffic improvements. And we're trying to engage Fontaine now that they're involved with us as well, so that they can participate in some of those scope packages and planning the design work to line up our work so that it's aligned with the schedule that Fontaine will be really kind of helping us to put together more formally. And as what's always very hard about the schedule that Adam showed is in our minds, we're all thinking that the delivery is February. In reality, the delivery to the cost estimator is the delivery of design, and we clean up after that. And we actually ask our consultants to deliver before that. So we're really, we have to be underway now, and we are. And that's what we've been prepping for. And we've set up a bunch of dates with the district to really kick off starting next week.
I've seen those emails flying. So.
Yeah, we spent a considerable amount of time today lining up dates with school staff and with town officials, and so it'll be starting to ramp up again. We've had a bit of a lull since the town votes, but I sense that it's going to get busy once again. So
the nice thing about the DD 6090 is that, and the fact that we've already had a lot of meetings, is that if somebody can't make a meeting, we can usually scramble around and handle that, and we'll come back at it. We're just trying to be as accurate as we can at each of these cost estimate moments. But it is tricky because we know our schedule, like we've been a bit more aggressive this time, is trying to say, okay, let's do it on this date, because if we wait for the usual process of trying to sign everyone up on a doodle, 2 weeks go by. So we have to move pretty quickly and get through it. And we're going to have regular meetings as well with district leadership so that we can just check in every week on it. Be sure we're getting the answers we need. The other thing I would say is that we have an outline that I didn't bring, but we will be coming to the school building committee meetings with specific things that we feel the school building committee needs to review and approve. And we outline that, and that actually drives a lot of the structure of our work right now, because we want to be sure that we come to you with a certain amount of content that we're prepped for it, so we have renders or whatever information we need. And I know you've seen a lot of it, and for some people it may feel a little bit repetitive, but it's just part of the process that there's some things that really we always feel have to be really vetted by the school building committee, and we will structure everything accordingly. And, again, we have 10 months to work through all this, but there'll be a lot of really good opportunities for this committee to weigh in.
Any questions for Dory? Yeah, go Kate.
So I'm very new to this committee, and I'm sure a lot of this work has already transpired. But based on your experience going into this phase of design and development, do you anticipate, or what have you anticipated as being any roadblocks or anything that would change budget-wise, that would come forward from these discussions from design? Is there anything that comes to mind that you've
Not that would in
experience
any
with?
way risk the project, because all of that work we did was really to be sure that we accounted for the unknowns. So what's nice about this process that I really respect is this process of constantly re-estimating is it can be seen as, oh, are you on budget? But it's also actually an opportunity to really investigate options and I view it, our job, and all the way through CA, as our job is to give you as much as we can. So we're always trying to utilize that. So these constant reviews of cost with Fontaine are a chance to really understand priorities, look at some opportunities. Fontaine will provide us with information on A, B, or C. So that's kind of the exciting and interesting part of it that is not the same in other types of design. But, now that we have a budget, that's the way we go, and we're constantly engaging together. So there's nothing that I foresee as a risk to the project. There are always changes in districts where priorities within educationally might adjust as you're going forward. And that's to be expected, and we try and, close the door slowly to those changes, but they're inevitable. The footprint of the project feels very solid, but then within, say, the elevations of the project, the roof form, once we start really adding systems in, we do a lot of flexing and changing within. But we always have to come back and meet standards that we've now established with the MSBA, and I think we've done a good job anticipating that process.
Thanks.
And we think we have a good setup with Fontaine, where we'll be engaging them to collaborate in the coordination at an earlier phase, because we've brought them onto the project sooner. So that's, I think, going to reap benefits to the project in construction and administration, which, in my view, calculates to more value in the long run for the client. So as we can then use that money, more effectively, and not have errors addressed as much.
Yeah. Which frequently can happen in construction.
Yeah.
And I
Thank
think
you. Yeah.
eventually we'd have to develop some protocols for
Down.
design changes that affect cost.
Right.
And the approval of those, so, and which of those changes comes to the full committee and which can be authorized by school officials or town officials.
Yeah, and that's partly just to be sure we're moving as efficiently as possible and not accruing costs just because of time.
Yeah,
Right.
great, thank you. Thanks.
Any other questions, or?
And just, I just want to make sure, so Jason with Fontaine is here with us today.
I
I don't know if everyone knows Jason, but Jason will be here, throughout the pre-construction phase, and his pre-con team will be at these meetings and other meetings and be, now part of the team, and, they'll come along as, I'm sure you're already up to speed, or pretty much up to speed where we are now, and then we'll obviously take all their, advice and constructability going forward.
welcome.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Question,
Yeah.
this is very early, but once we get under construction, what can we expect for construction meetings? And I'm asking because of the weekly meetings we had for DPW and Adult Center.
It'll be the same thing. So we'll set up weekly, they're called OAC meetings, which are owner, architect, contractor meetings. So it'll be, us, Fontaine, JWA, and whoever from the committee or from the town, principals who, want to be, part of those meetings are certainly welcome. And those will go on weekly.
Great.
Any other questions? Discussion? All right, next steps. Meetings are happening. I've seen the schedule because I've seen the emails flying back and forth. We're going to get the Fontaine contract settled before the next meeting. So
Yep.
talk about next meeting, October 12th is on the schedule. Is that still good for everybody?
October
I mean, November 12th? Sorry. All right, so we'll do November 12th. The time, do we want to do it earlier? Later? Like, does this work? 6:30 still work for everybody?
November
Wasn't it
12th
six?
is
Today
the
was 6.
conference.
Six.
Conference?
We're both going.
Oh, right.
Oh,
So,
The Massachusetts Association of School Committees and
how long are you gone on this boondoggle?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
There's another meeting that morning, though, with,
We can't do Tuesday because
Dory.
Tuesday's a holiday.
right?
right.
So can you, I just don't know if you couldn't go to that, do we have to reschedule that one? I don't know.
No, but
Okay.
I might be able to participate some other way.
Okay.
Or
Could we do Monday?
The 10th?
Yeah.
There's a school board meeting.
There's a school committee meeting, yeah, sorry, because Tuesday's a holiday.
Could we do it before the school meeting? Without a school meeting?
6:30.
Oh, no.
I mean, you could still meet the 12th. It might,
It just might be hard to meet.
Might be hard to get a quorum though.
Yeah.
All right, the week before or the week after? How you guys feeling about the
That's up to you
contract?
guys on timing, yeah.
Good, there's one section that, when we spoke with the town council today, that she wants us just to review.
Well, so you think November 5th you'd be ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
November 5th, good?
Works for me.
We do it at 6, I can be here?
Yeah, we'll do it at 6, that's fine. I like 6 better anyways. Okay, November 5th.
This is Josh. I apologize, I just got on.
Yeah.
And I'm still in the car.
Yeah?
But I had a kind of a general question. I don't know if I missed it, but what does the middle school building committee do now? We got over a major hurdle. What are our decisions? I know it's kind of a general question, but
No,
what is
I
our
mean-
purpose now that we have funding in place?
No, it's still a valid question. I mean, Dory addressed a little bit about it just a little bit ago, but I mean, we're still going to be responsible for directing the funding on the project. So like Marty brought it up as well. For small change orders, X% or whatever dollar threshold we give to Lynn and Marty or whoever it is can approve small change orders. If there are large change orders above a certain percentage or dollar amount, then those would come to the full school building committee. So we do not give up our, guidance on the project in that way. Design elements, I still think we would be deeply involved within those if there's any kind of proposed changes or, material changes to the project. Those would still come to the committee and the regular updates would be coming to us. Anything else you guys want to?
I can weigh in and tell you that we try and look ahead for you. So in November, we would be interested in revisiting the sustainability goals, some of the site issues. In December, we're looking to revisit security and IT and catch you up on what the instructional technology and security approaches are to some degree. We talk about exterior materials in December, which is always very important, and give you a review of plan. And we want you to know all these things because you're actually, representative of the client for the community. And then in January, when there's any issues around budget that we're starting to vet, you'll know that. And then when we wrap up with final numbers, you have to vote to approve the project again to the MSBA at the end of that window. And then we do more things in the next round. So they won't be as long or as as involved probably as previous meetings, but sometimes you will be curious and we will bring materials to you to see.
One of the important things is that any submission to the MSBA does have to have the school building committee's approval and vote on that before we do submit that. They want to make sure that everybody, has had a chance to look at it and authorize it.
So can I ask,
Thank you.
so can I ask on the same line as Josh, does the committee disband when the building is open, or is there that stretch of time shortly afterward where construction is kind of finishing out and then final reports to the MSBA?
You would
What's sort of the
typically,
end date?
you would typically stay engaged until closeout of the project, which is sometime after the building is occupied. So not till the very, very end if there's just paperwork that has to be authorized, but not right away when the building opens up.
Okay.
And those meetings may not happen every month at
Every
that
month,
point.
of course.
It may be once every 6 months that something
Right, yeah.
comes
Okay.
together, that we ask for a meeting to be, put together so that we can bring it
Okay.
before the committee.
Usually, how long after the building opens does the paperwork get fully closed out? Within a year?
Yeah, but
can be-
about a year,
About a year.
because the MSBA, they come back and they do their commissioning side and they check it.
Yeah.
After 8 months of the building, or 10 months after the building's even open.
Okay.
So they come back, they'll check in with Nick and with everybody else just to make sure that it's still functioning the way that it was designed to.
Okay.
And that's part of their closeout as well, so.
No, that's good to know for,
And
I
they
think for the
want to make sure
community
that,
too. to know.
all the bills are paid, that all the deliverables from the contractor and the architect are with the owner now, so all your,
Gotcha.
all the drawings, the trainings are all complete and all that kind of stuff, that everything has been gone through and delivered to the owner, what was in the contract.
And they do withhold their last 5% of reimbursement until the project is closed out. So it's a fairly sizable amount of money.
Yeah, and that we have.
So
to
we
make sure
don't
that's
want it
the-
to linger too long.
Okay. All right, wonderful. Other questions that the committee might have? Am I correct? There's nothing else remaining for tonight other than closing out, right? I'm not
Correct.
missing anything?
Nope.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Sorry, just one quick question.
Oh,
What was
yep.
the date for the next meeting?
Oh, November 5th, 6 o'clock.
Great. Thank you.
Yep. We have a motion to adjourn. Second?
Second?
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote. Kate?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Marty?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Josh?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
And yes for me as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate everyone coming out tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you on November 5th.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry.